How do the Lion King movies compare? In this video, I will show to you 6 essential features. It is not necessarily to be the character in a police novel by Conan Doyle, to understand that Disney is giving life to those animated films in their time were even released in VHS format. The director, Jon Favreau, has shown to us the photorealistic interpretation of The Lion King, a film that without having seen it already, has points to highlight, as there are voices of singing superstars such as Donald Glover and Beyoncé. It is of general knowledge the content of the movie of the original Lion King of 1994. So before the arrival of this movie, it is necessary to make comparisons. To begin with it is notable to note that Favreau retains the plot of the original movie for the most part. The scenario based on Hamlet continues to be maintained in the same way, that you keep several lines of the script, the dynamics between each character and all the songs. During a small game, Beyoncé delight us by releasing a new song, its name Spirit. For those intrepid who seek more than generalities, this is the part that concerns to you. Let's start with the life cycle. Before becoming the lead musician for directors such as Ridley Scott and Christopher Nolan, and long before playing in Coachella, the German composer Hans Zimmer received an Oscar for the original composition of The Lion King, this being the only time he has awarded the Golden Statue during his 11 nominations through his career. So, when Favreau contacted Zimmer, who returned for the new movie, he would like to take a look at the opening scene, which he was somewhat skeptical about. I went there with a certain amount of cynicism, and he sat me down and played the opening, Zimmer told to Variety. At the movie's premiere, it made me cry. I was extraordinarily touching. I didn't think that could happen. Favreau chose to include an almost shot by shot of the iconic opening of The Circle of Life, which offers viewers the opportunity to adapt to the animation of the new film without processing new plot points. Simba and Nala. Although Simba is the main character of The Lion King, neither Jonathan Taylor-Thomas nor Matthew Broderick, as a voice actor, left such a lasting impression on viewers as Jeremy Irons, who expresses Scar in the film original, or James Earl Jones, who makes the voice of Mufasa in both. Perhaps for that reason, composed on his own talent, the new Simbas, J.D. McCrary as a child, Glover as an adult, are perfectly acceptable. Baby Simba is quite beautiful, as it is a children's version of her best friend and future companion Nala, Shahadi Wright Joseph. We dated puppies for about half of the movie, especially in anticipation of the moment they become animals that sounds like Glover and Beyoncé. For Simba, that moment comes when Timon, Billy Eichner, and Pumbaa, Seth Rogen, advance in line during Hakuna Matata, just as they do in the original film. Similarly, it should be noticed that in The Lion King of Favreau gives Nala a little more of work, since he doesn't pay Beyoncé for his talent, express a character that is later relegated to one side. Scar. Scar's new Scar in the movie is terribly scary. The character's story has changed a bit, in a Shakespearean turn. In this new movie, Scar reveals that Simba's mother, Sarabi, once chose Mufasa instead of him. Scar is still one of the most important components of The Lion King, but it is hard not to regret its new appearance. The bright eyes and the menacing lion with a thick mane are a thing of the past. Timon and Pumbaa. Despite the young age of the audience, The Lion King has always been a quite scary story. When the first movie hit theaters in the summer of 1994, the Associated Press reported that some parents and psychologists noted that it is not funny for the family, but a shocking violence. Timon and Pumbaa serve to reassure all the darkness, and Favreau's versions of these characters do not disappoint. While Rogen's Wild Boar relies heavily on jokes, Ichner Mercat is a breath of fresh air. Timon breaks the fourth wall as when complaining about how old Simba was in the course of Hakuna Matata, and welcome those of modernity to the film in general. Music, the soundtrack, doesn't divide much from the original Elton John and Tim Rice apart from the addition of Spirit, Beyoncé's powerful voice, as well as Never Too Late, a credit end song performed by John. The cast made all its own song, and the voice of Beyoncé is combined very well with the one of Glover in Can You Feel the Love Tonight? What might bother some viewers, however, is the entirely different version of Prepare, which almost didn't even cut, while Irons infuses his solo violin with enough theater to combine the hyenas to help him take a cope. The animation. While Favreau's film is expressing reminder of how much technology has improved over the last 25 years, several critics have pointed out that the photorealistic approach limits the amount of emotion that animals can show on their faces. For example, in the original Lion King, while young Simba sees his father die in the gorge, the hand-drawn animation almost viewers to feel the terror in the light through his open eyes and raised ears. The new film is based on McCrary to provide that emotional impact, since the lion cub we see on the screen could be very well have been from an Animal Planet documentary.